Hey guys, so I wanted to do an update video on healing your cavities with medical medium protocols. The first video that I made, I had so many people reaching out and I just felt like I could give some more clarity on the steps that I was taking to heal the cavities and also what I'm doing now, because some of the cavities took way longer to heal, like months. But it's really not like a problem because they all healed anyways. I didn't have to get any fillings. But I feel like, I should just kind of talk about what I added into it, because I feel like I kind of sped the process up with a few things that I added. I have my notes here so I don't forget. Okay, so when I originally made that video, I'll just kind of give a little background if you haven't seen that video. I had about, I want to say 10 freaking cavities. I looked in I had a mirror and I would, check my teeth, and I had the black spots in several of my teeth. Some were way bigger than others, like the one in this back molar back here. That one was actually pretty big and it was very sensitive. And I had just a lot of sensitivity on my right side and in the back and that left tooth. And, it was definitely cavities. It wasn't staining. It was decay. You could see the holes, you could see the decay opening up in the teeth, which was really scary to me because, you go to the dentist and, you say, hey, can I heal this naturally? Because I've done that. I've asked the dentist that. And for me, I don't know if you guys have tried this, but they say, no, you can't really do that. It doesn't really work. You just need to go ahead and get it filled. It's too risky or whatever. And then it's oh God, I can't heal this. It puts this fear in you about your teeth, and it's really scary, and I don't like the dentist anyways. So yeah, I was kind of already freaked out, because they were oh, you can't heal it, before I had even left where I used to live to make this move. And then I had all the cavities once I made the move, because I think a lot of the stress actually triggered that. Because so when you have cavities, all of my information, by the way, is based off of medical medium information. That's what I've used to heal everything that I've been healing on my journey so far. But so when you are under stress, it really weakens your hydrochloric acid in your stomach. And that's why if you notice your digestion can get kind of upset sometimes if you have been going through a stressful situation. And it's because your HCl lowers and your bile production diminishes, and you need the bile to break down foods, especially fats. If you're eating fats in your diet, it doesn't matter if it's animal fat, plant fat. Avocado is the most gentle, but even that, if you're eating too many avocados, it can be hard on the body, and it can not break down well and then end up just rotting in your gut. And so people who have teeth issues like cavities and tooth decay, typically they've had a period of they've had poor gut health leading up to that. And what happens is it all stems from the HCl in our stomach being diminished and then weakening, our digestion process, weakening our liver. And so when we eat food, when we eat fat specifically, and it doesn't digest well because there's not enough HCl to break it down, it goes into the gut and then it ends up rotting in there. And not only does it feed pathogens, even if it's plant fat or whatever, it feeds strep and it feeds all pathogens. But also, actually don't quote me on all pathogens. I can't remember if he said it's just strep or if it's all of them. I believe it's all of them. But anyway, so that happens, and then this thing called ammonia permeability starts, and that's when the food creates this ammonia gas. And typically while you're sleeping at night, this is when it's the worst, and you're laying down, and the ammonia gas from your gut, Anthony describes it like a ghost going through walls. It just seeps up through all your organs and it gets into your mouth, and it really is a huge piece of tooth decay and cavities. So I've really been focusing on healing my gut, and that's helped tremendously with my teeth and building up my hydrochloric acid. And yeah, I'll explain how I did that and stuff too. So the first thing that I did when I had the original cavities was I bought an electric toothbrush, and I bought the Oral-B kind. And all this stuff, I think you can find it under his directory. If you go under supplements, there's a personal care section. And that's where all the toothpaste and the toothbrushes, the water pick and stuff like that is. So electric toothbrush, that helped a lot, because you can't just, when you're using a normal toothbrush, it doesn't get all the plaque off. It doesn't work as well. And an electric one, it's just so much more effective. Like, I noticed a huge difference just from that. My teeth got so much cleaner. So that was the first thing that I did. The second thing, and really also I want to say that the most important thing to healing your teeth is what you're putting in your body. So it's like, you know, even brushing your teeth, that's good, oral health care and stuff, but you really have to address what's going on inside or the teeth aren't going to get better. And also, when you have tooth problems and you have cavities and stuff, it's from a long period of time of like having poor, you know, digestion or just having, you know, other stuff going on in your body. It's a lot of stuff that leads up to actually having the cavities. So I just wanted to mention that too. It's not like, you know, 1 month you have fruit and then you're on this healing protocol and all of a sudden cavities start happening. It's not from the healing protocol. It's from, you know, years or decades or whatever of doing the wrong thing. And it's okay because they can heal. And my God, I wish someone was there to tell me that when I was trying to figure all this stuff out, because it's just like a nightmare trying to figure it out. And it seems so hopeless. Like, there's not a lot out there, you know, especially for vegans. You like look it up and it's like, oh, you need cod oil, you need this, you need that. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna go take mercury like filled fish oil to fix my teeth. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I think with those people who do like the bone broth and the cod oil and whatever, and they clean up their diet, just cleaning up their diet that little bit can be what it takes sometimes. You know, I watched an old friend of mine he was having teeth issues, and I told him to oil pull with coconut oil, and that doesn't actually work. And I talk about that in the previous video. I'm gonna put it in the little box below here. But yeah, coconut oil is great, and you can brush it into your teeth and like, you know, let it sit, and that can actually do something. But oil pulling does not work. I've tried it myself for those cavities, and it helped the sensitivity, but it did not heal them whatsoever. And anyway, so my friend that had all these cavities, you know, he changed his diet a little bit, and then he went back and literally all the cavities were gone. So sometimes, oh my gosh, sometimes it can be just like the most minute little diet change, you know, bringing in more minerals with leafy greens and, you know, eating a little bit more fruit, taking out processed stuff. That can be what it takes. But if you have bad teeth stuff, then you got to do a little bit more than that. But just take it in like, you know, what feels good to you. Don't try to like rush and do all this stuff at once, because that can be so overwhelming. And like the stress is a contributor to the teeth issues. So you don't need extra stress when you're dealing with cavities and whatnot. So also, besides the electric toothbrush, this is again from what I did originally, not most recently, but I also got a water pick. I got the Hydro Floss one, and I got this stuff that you put into the water when you're using it, and it's called Perio Bright Cleanse for the irrigator. And both of those things are on Anthony's website again, medicalmedium.com. Go under supplements and then go down to personal care. And it's under that tab. And so the Hydro Floss pick is really nice because I use it instead of flossing, and you can go between all your teeth, and you can hit the back of your teeth with it, and it just really helps to get the plaque off, and if you have any staining or anything like that. And I would hold it, I would go over the cavity areas, and I would hold it extra long there just to let it, you know, break anything up that was going on. And plus that stuff that you pump into it, it's got like all sorts of antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, everything properties in it, so it kills off stuff in your bacteria in your mouth too. Okay, so another thing I did originally was I increased my leafy greens, and I wasn't even doing that much, but I was doing more than I had ever before, because I didn't really think it was such a big deal. You know, I was like, oh, I'm already eating so clean, but it really makes all the difference, especially when you're dealing with teeth issues. So at that time, I would say maybe half a pound of greens or less than that, but that was an increase for me. And then another thing that I did was I brought in licorice root tincture, alcohol-free by Nature's Answer. And this is something that Anthony recommends. He says it stops tooth decay and that it cleans the mouth. And, you know, I would take it internally because it helps your, you know, it helps your liver and your digestion and all that stuff. But it's also just good when you take it, it actually does help the teeth in the mouth. So that's something, you don't like put it on there and rub it on there or anything. You just take it like a normal tincture. But you want to make sure you get it from medicalmedium.com, so under supplements, because so many licorice tinctures have alcohol in them, and that destroys the healing properties of them, and then it won't work. And also, by the way, I don't work for Anthony. I'm just like talking about this because it works, and I'm just so happy about it, and I want to share it so that people can heal this stuff, because it's like, it's madness out there trying to figure out what to do. And so he's not making money off the supplements. Someone before said, oh, well, if you click, you know, they're like, he is making a little bit with the Amazon directory, because if you click the, you know, the licorice root or whatever from his website and it takes you to Amazon, then he gets like a tiny percent of like the purchase or something like that. But it's so small, and he's not working with the companies. Like, the companies are constantly changing based on ingredients, quality, you know, sometimes they'll add citric acid, and he has to constantly watch it and keep changing them because, you know, the ingredients, we have to be careful when we're healing. We can't do citric acid or like natural flavors. So he's not working for these companies, and he's changing them constantly. He just has that directory to make it easy for people. So I just kind of wanted to clarify that. So also, when I first started trying to heal my teeth, I brought in ester C, which is really helpful to fight any sort of infections that you have going on. And I started with just 1 cap a day, like 500 milligrams, and then I worked up to 2 capsules a day. And that was actually really helpful, bringing in the ester C. And then another thing, so I have, for the longest time, for years and years and years, I've made my own toothpaste. And all I do is mix up coconut oil, some peppermint oil drops, and baking soda, and I would just mix it up into a paste. I had no specific amount, really. Kind of like half and half, I guess, coconut and baking soda. But that's what I was using when I was first doing this, and it worked. You know, my teeth definitely healed. Yeah, and then also I was in a phase where I was doing all raw, like eating all raw foods, no cooked, and I did a juice fast. And I just want to clarify, you do not have to do all raw to heal your teeth. For me, it was easier on my digestion, so that's why I did it, and it did help me. Because raw is just the easiest to digest, but sometimes, you know, potatoes and things like that, depending on where you're at, if you need some steamed vegetables, please don't feel scared to keep those in your diet, because they're so healing. And the juice fast, I want to talk about this because I did a 21-day juice fast, and so this was before I learned the truth about juice fasting and found out about how it can actually affect you. I had this whole idea that it speeds up your detox, you know, like everyone else thinks. And so I did 21 days, like that's a lot. And I just want to say, I do not recommend doing that. I just really don't, because juice fasting, especially if you're coming from eating like a not so clean diet, or if you're just, when you're healing in general, it is, so what happens, this is what Anthony says, is that your liver is forced to just purge all these toxins out all at once. But what happens is, because your liver is like trying to protect you, that's its job, you know, it takes in poisons and it's trying to distribute nutrients, and it's trying to save your life every single day, because we're exposed to so much stuff. And so when you do a juice cleanse, all these toxins dump out. And I actually had these weird skin things that were happening that I thought was a flare-up, like just a normal, like, oh gosh. But no, it was actually, there were so many dermatoxins being dumped from my liver at once. It created this awful skin condition that took like a month or so to get rid of, doing so many things. And but anyways, your liver just dumps all these poisons all at once, and then it's forced to sop it all back up, and only a small percent actually are able to exit your body, because when those toxins get into your bloodstream, it's a risk for you. It's really a risk, because it goes up to your heart, it can go up to your brain. So to protect you, your liver's like, oh my God, and it's like taking it back in, and then your liver gets like traumatized, because then it's like, okay, I can't release poison, because then I'm just gonna have to take it all back in, and that sucks. And so juice fasting, if you're doing it, I would say do it for 1 day or 2 days max. But extended juice fasting, I just don't resonate with it at all anymore, and I don't think it's good. And now that I know that, it just makes so much more sense intuitively to me as well, because I always got to a point in the juice fast where I started feeling like crap, thinking it was just detox, but really it was too much poison. But I would push myself, and I would keep going. and end up feeling sick, and then I would override it because, you know, I'm barely taking in any calories, so I'd get adrenaline, and it just ends up being hard on your adrenals, hard on your liver, and it's just not great. So I don't recommend that if you're trying to heal your teeth, especially. So again, with the coconut oil, you know, oil pulling, some people say it helps, and I found it helped with my sensitivities, but it didn't heal the cavities themselves. So if you want to use coconut oil as a tool, I would say brush it into your gums and on your teeth and let it sit like at some point in the day or something. Okay, so now what I'm doing in my current oral health care routine, I'm still using the electric toothbrush. And now, since in the most recent like teeth and gums episode that Anthony did on Hay House, he talked about switching, like picking 3 favorite toothpaste and doing 1 month with one month with another, 1 month with another, and cycling through, like, you know, every 3 months. So you have a different toothpaste every month for 3 months, and you keep switching back. And so I started doing that just because I think it makes sense. It's like, I guess your mouth can get kind of used to a certain toothpaste, and then it's not as like helpful. So I use the toothpaste that I make. I'll do 1 month of that. Then I'll do 1 month of the Lucky Teeth whitening toothpaste. And that's a really nice one. It's like a little tub, and it's on his directory as well. And there's like charcoal in it. And so yeah, I'll switch between that one and then also the Perio Bright toothpaste that's on his website. So I go back and forth between those 3. And then usually what I do in the evenings, sometimes I use charcoal during the day, but at night, I love using charcoal. My teeth have gotten so much whiter from using it. So I'll brush with charcoal with my electric toothbrush, and just make sure you spit that stuff out. You do not want to swallow charcoal. It's not actually great for you. It's really hard on the digestion and on your intestinal tract. But so yeah, I'll brush with charcoal, and then I will then I'll brush with my regular toothpaste, and then I'll use the water pick, and I'll go in between my gums and stuff. And then let's see, rinse. Then sorry, my notes are a little bit scattered. So I'll rinse with this essential oxygen oral brushing rinse. And also I use that like as soon as I wake up in the morning. I go rinse my mouth with that brushing rinse that's on his directory as well. And I tongue scrape with a bamboo tongue scraper. I don't like metal ones because I don't want heavy metals in my body. But I'll do those 2 things right when I get up to try to get out the bacteria, so that when I drink my lemon water in the morning, I don't bring it all back into my body. So I do that. I'll rinse after I do the brushing, and then I'll use my tongue scraper. And then also, this is another cool tip that I learned from Anthony recently. If you chew up a celery stick, like right before you go to bed, that's amazing for your teeth. And I've been doing it, and it's been whitening them more, because it remineralizes your teeth. The mineral salts in celery juice are so powerful. Like, that's one of the biggest tools to healing teeth, is like drinking the celery juice. But also you can chew up a celery stick and then brush the white part, like on the end of it, or like cut it open, because the white part of the celery, that's all mineral salts. So you can like rub that on your teeth and then go to bed. So I've been doing that. And along the lines of supplements and food, I've upped my celery juice. So I've been doing, originally when I started this, I was doing 16 ounces of celery juice, doing 16 ounces of lemon water in the morning, and, you know, just doing my protocol, heavy metal detox. And now I've upped my celery juice to about 40 to 48 ounces. And that's a lot. You do not have to do that much. I'm just doing it because I am really trying to like speed things along, which, you know, I always try to do that. That's why I used to juice fast. So maybe, I don't know, it's working for me though. It's not too much. I've slowly upped it, and it's working, and it's really actually helping me a lot. But, so yeah, I've upped the celery juice. And the celery juice, again, remember, when you drink the celery juice, 16 ounces on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning, maybe after your lemon water, 30 minutes after that or whatever. It has to be on an empty stomach. When you drink that celery juice, it goes into your stomach, and it helps you rebuild your hydrochloric acid. It goes into your liver, it purges your liver out, it cleanses your gut, it kills off bad bacteria. It strips the membranes off of viruses and bacteria, which is like amazing. And it also has the most bioavailable form of vitamin C that you could possibly take. And that's really powerful for healing anything. So that's a really cool thing about celery juice. It's so powerful in so many ways. And when you build your HCl up, then you can digest food better. And then you don't get that gut rot. You don't get the ammonia permeability and then that gas seeping into your mouth at night, causing the tooth decay. So that's huge for that. Another thing, I've added cucumber juice every day, and I started with 16 ounces, maybe like, I don't know, 6 to 7 months ago. And I've slowly worked up to 32 ounces, and that's really high in silica, which is great for the teeth, for hair, for skin. It's really powerful. That's another one that you have to do empty stomach. So I do it 30 minutes after my celery juice typically. So yeah, you don't have to do a lot of it. Maybe if you want to try it, 16 ounces would be where you would start. Another thing I've been doing recently is I added a green juice into my daily routine to get the extra mineral salts to protect my teeth, because minerals is one of the most important things. You also need the fruit. You need fruit because that's actually antibacterial, antiviral, and it's easy to digest. It's really healing. So don't be scared of fruit. The sugar in fruit does not cause cavities. When you bite into a piece of fruit, it actually kills off the bacteria in your mouth. So it's really helpful. Cucumber juice, the green juice. I usually use about 1 pound of greens daily, and I'll put about half a pound in the juice. Because it's like, if you look at a pound of greens, it's like one of those big tubs of spinach. And that's just a lot, and I cannot get that many greens in typically. So the juice helps me do that. Okay, then another thing that's really great is I added in aloe water. So I'll take about 4 inches of aloe, I'll cut the ends off. Fresh aloe, by the way, fresh. That's really important. If you can't get fresh, there are some bottled kinds on his directory that are safe, but it's so much more powerful if you can just make it. So with that, you just fillet, cut 4 inches off, you fillet it, you scoop the gel off, and then you just blend it up with 16 ounces of water. And I've been doing that every night before bed, and that really helps. It's like a colonic, and it flushes you out while you're sleeping, and that helps tremendously with ammonia permeability as well. So this is another really big one. I have completely been fat-free. I've done it on and off for, 3 months here, 3 months here, 3 months here, but I've been completely fat-free since October, I think, and I'm staying fat-free, like probably for, I don't know, maybe well over a year or something. Until my liver heals and I see and I know that, I'm gonna keep the fats out, because although healthy fats are great, getting your omega supplements are great, by the way, but plant-based ones, like algae-based, you don't want to get fish because of the mercury. Omegas are great, and healthy plant fats are great, but the thing is that if you're trying to heal and you already have weak digestion, the fats do not break down, and they end up rotting and causing all sorts of issues. And so if you like fat, you can keep a little bit and, just cut it back as much as you can, or whatever feels comfortable. If you're having it several times a day, bring it back to 1 time a day. Try not to have it in the first, half of your day, like maybe in the evening only. But for me, I just felt intuitively like, okay, the fats have got to go, because my digestion's been so bad for years. I did that. I cut out the fats, and I can't even explain the healing that happened just from doing that. It's been so powerful for me, because my digestion, I didn't realize how much I was it was affecting me eating just avocado and stuff like that. It was really bad. And as soon as I took them out, it was like my liver finally had that break and could finally start doing deeper cleaning and actually taking care of trying to get some poisons out without trying to just manage fat content all day. So that was important for me and for teeth healing. Another thing, I take nettle leaf now, which is a good one for teeth. It's high in silica. And it's great for your adrenals. It's an adaptogenic herb. It's really powerful. And I take that, I take 2 caps of it that are 225 milligrams. And I take it morning and night. So I've added that. Licorice, I was just doing 1 dropper full a day in the beginning. And now I do 2 droppers twice a day. And ester C, I told you I was taking, 1 or 2 a day. And now I take 3 500 milligram ester Cs, and I take it twice daily. And I use the brand Vimergy for supplements usually. if they have them. You know, they don't have so many, but the ones they do have are super high quality, and it's so amazing. And you can buy it in bulk and get a good discount from them too. And then another thing I just added, I have no idea how this has been working. I literally added it yesterday. I started adding 1 teaspoon of silica daily. So I don't know, I'll let you know if I notice any big shifts, but honestly, I might not continue taking that because I'm just doing so many other supplements. And I'm getting silica from so many of my foods, and it doesn't feel necessary really, especially because I'm doing nettle and stuff every day. So yeah, another pointer is just, so if you're trying to heal your teeth, focus on your gut. Like, how is your digestion? Like, really assess that. You know, are you bloated? Do you get constipated? Do you have gas? Do you have IBS? Have you had a long history of gut issues? Because that is typically a big piece of it, because of the food rotting in the gut, creating the ammonia gas, which seeps up to the mouth. So really focus on healing your gut. Another helpful tool to that, the aloe water, incredible for healing your gut. The cucumber juice, that's really helpful. Celery juice, of course. You know, keeping your fat low, that's helpful. And also if you do papaya for breakfast, like Meridol papaya specifically, on an empty stomach, that's super helpful for your gut. You can actually mono meal, do like a whole day of papaya and celery juice only, like back and forth. If you're having digestive issues, that's helped me a lot. Because you want to get it, you know, you want to get things flowing right. And then another important tip is you want to be drinking clean, unfluoridated water. Now, when I say fluoride, you know, I think most people who watch this are probably going to be open to this and like understand all of this already. But fluoride, it's not the natural element fluoride that's in the toothpaste, that's in the water. It's a nuclear waste byproduct of aluminum. And that is what is in the water, and it's toxic. It's not like when you look at a barrel of it, it's got the hazard thing with the skull and crossbones, and it's just not good. It's not good for you, and that actually causes fluorosis, and it causes teeth issues. So it's important to have clean water along with a clean diet, following the medical meeting protocols. And I use a Berkey water filter. That's like the best you can get, and they have fluoride filters specifically, so I use those. And you know, it takes out heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, all of it. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to add to that. Talked about the juice fasting. You don't need to do that. I don't recommend it. I truly don't. And I wish I would have known that, but it's okay. It was a learning lesson for me. But yeah, those are just the tools that I have found, and you can heal your teeth. You really can. I'm not, you know, why would I make this video, you know, just to like, for a joke or something? No, like, I literally making this video because I've been monitoring my teeth since last December, which is when the cavities started approximately, and they're all completely healed. And some of them took longer, some of them took many more months and have progressed as I've added in these extra things. But they heal. It's all about your diet. It's all about remineralizing your body and your teeth. And, you know, if you're taking care of your body, they will heal. It just can take time sometimes because it's been however long leading up to those teeth issues. You know, we have to think about how long we've been doing the wrong things, you know. But yeah, you can heal them. You don't have to go get fillings. And that for me is just like amazing because I just had no idea if it would really work. And so yeah, I'm super stoked to share this with you guys so you know that, so you don't feel like pressured, because gosh, like you go to the dentist and they're like, no, you need to go ahead and get the filling and you can't heal it naturally. It's like, dang, like thanks for just shattering any ounce of hope that I just had for healing my teeth, you know? And it's like, I mean, it's kind of, I guess I should expect it by now. You know, you go to the doctor and, oh, it's autoimmune, it's you know, it's your body attacking itself. But really, as we've learned from medical media, that is just not true. And, you know, you can heal all of these things. You know, I've helped people heal chronic illness and all sorts of diabetes, all sorts of stuff. You can do it. It's all about viruses in the body, like pathogens and toxins. And when you take care of both of those issues, your body loves you and will come back to life. And it's just a miracle. And it's the same with your teeth. You know, it's like your hair and your nails, your teeth. I've actually seen teeth grow back in people. So like, that's a thing too. You don't even need to get, what's it called? Those like crowns and stuff. Like your teeth can actually grow. They grow. So yeah, Cool, I really hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything else you'd want me to make a specific video on. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or evening, whatever time it is, and I'll see you in the next video.